Hi DBS, and we are going to discuss about your risk. We not to forget while we are working day-to-day activities. What kind of risk? What is that risk, and what kind of proactive measure to be taken as a DBA? Of course, we know that every DBA is busy with their work, and the different kind of DBAs are there. Level one, level two, and level three. Still, they are busy with their day-to-day activities. Few factors, risk factors, which may impact your entire business either 0 to 100%, may or may not. What factors are causing the database into risk? Are we DBAs taking any proactive measure, any baselines, or any kind of protection we are giving? How we ensure we are going to protect our database? Of course, may happens. We need to still the risk may happens, but it's not correct that it's repeatedly happening. It should not reoccur again when something went wrong. And of course, there are many challenges. Always we keep challenges in the database, working database. Of course, keep on going, challenging. Still, we do mistakes. Of course, most of the challenges are protecting the database. Always to secure your database. It's not a daily task like kind of upgradations or setting up your data guard, having a backup, cleaning up some housekeeping jobs, scheduling some bad jobs. It's routine job, but still few challenges always we need to think about your securing or protecting your database and keeping all good data secure has never been easy. Whether you're working at client side or offshore, but still we have to think it. This is a common question where day to day in most of the meetings or most of the discussions or debates, junior DBAs either mid-level DBAs they question the senior DBAs, but still senior DBAs has a question: are these DBAs the implementers? Finding out those risk factors and how frequently creating those baselines. Of course, we may not, but still we need to think always. It's going to keep us in risk completely. The business is going to be in risk. May not we, but still the business. The client is going to impact completely. Never he accepts. Sometimes we need to pay penalty to the client even the service provider has to pay the penalty. It's not that just we recovered as a DBA and it's done, my job is done. Something went wrong, but still I made up. The database is back, been restored, been recovered. I used Arman, I used DataGuard, I converted to DataGuard. Of course, these are common actions we take. But how fast you can? That is one of the factor even. It's not that I switched from primary to standby and I given within 1 hour or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I switch over or fail over. If the primary fails, we do fail over. Of course, that is one of the action plan in case if the primary got failed. But how fast? Other than that, what we have to plan it well. Challenges, of course, a lot of challenges are there to avoid this risk, and we have to protect that. Always, we need to protect your data. It could be a kind of data, a lot of terabyte data we use to store. We manage terabyte databases. You see, kind of businesses like telecom, banking, airlines. These data is very big, and it's a big challenge to protect the data, having your backups, maintaining your backup strategy as well as. It's not just having a backup as well as. You always think how fast we can recover. We need to think always how fast we can recover. Might be you are doing some upgrades or patching. We can't stop this. Either any configuration changes or the bad jobs, the application upgrades, might be deployments. Even application upgrades are not secure because most of the applications are being used with open source. The complete complex mixture of open source software and third party services. Most of the web applications are being built with. We can't rely on those even. Those upgrades also cause a risk factor to the entire database because the web application is integrated with the schema in the database, of course. And without any change information by the client side or from the DBA side or from the support side. Always we think that we have a backup and we are upgrading. We have a backup, we are patching. We have a backup, we are doing a configuration changes. We are initiating the bad jobs and we have a backup. We are having a schema backup. We have a RMAN backup. No, it's not good only having a backup. There's something else we need to think always. Of course, it's not a day-to-day activity. It might be a complex activity which is going to keep your database in a risk. Some complex activity which you're going to have, whatever it is, either patching, upgrades. A bulk inserts may impact even something bulk insert script got failed or upgrades got failed or you did some configuration changes in the instance level, the database changes and without any baseline, without any knowledge, having knowledge on your database, changing a change on your instance level, that configuration change will also be impacted your database. Of course, these risk factors of entire business will be done. Hours and hours. We have seen like most of the telecom industries having large terabyte databases. When something went wrong, the database level, and there was an outage, 6 hours, 12 hours, 2 days. The patch upgrade went wrong, and to roll back. Of course, we always think that we did in development, we tested in testing, and everything was successful. We have a outage plan, we have a backup plan, we have a plan steps clearly step by step to apply a patch. But entering into the production, applying a patch may fail. How fast we can roll back? If that even rollback not worked, what other step you have? Of course, you'll think always again you have a standby server, of course. but it's not that how fast you can. So these challenges will secure, protect your database as well. A database administrator always thinks his job is to protect your database. It's not that I worked the 8 hours, I had done my job, and it's not my shift, and next shift is to be handed over to the other guy. I have handover is done, and it's his job. No, it's not that it's my weekend and no more my database it is. Never, never think about that. Keep thinking always. On the other shift guys, he might be level 2 or level 1 less than our level guy might be working, but that is our baby. The database is our baby. We need to think about that. Discuss with your peers, discuss with your seniors. Even someone provided the change steps. Even level 3 team has provided the change steps. He is the author of the change steps, and level 2 is a guy who is going to implement. The implementer always saying that the steps are being provided by level 3 guy. It's not that put the ball in the level 3 guy court. Never. But you are the implementer finally. Still question comes to you as well. As it's not that the author steps been missing, but still as a level 2 DBA or level 1 DBA or an implementer, if someone provided the steps or being followed with some other steps, ensure that how fast we can roll back if something went wrong. Risk is involved. That risk how to avoid, how fast we can bring back your database. Of course, there are many books, there are many authors in the industry. We always speak about your concepts, we always speak about the new features, we always speak about the routine job, routine classes, routine sessions, routine things, but still never we think about what risk is involved in our job. Either a developer, either a DBA. Without informing a DBA, even a support team or a developer team, they implement the changes in your database. That is very highly risk. They run a bad job and a lot of incidents and updates happens, and that got failed in between, and he has rerun the job, or to make it faster, parallelly here he was running twice. It's a foolish job. There is no change plan. There is no information to a DBA what action been taken, and he just skips that script fails and he'll go back to his home. And next day the DBA comes, or without an information, a DBA started his job, daily task. Most of the complaints come from the client saying that everything is slow, guys. What the hell the DBA is doing here? Of course, he's getting his senior level post and good perks in his pocket every month. But the hell, DBA comes at 11 o'clock and he leaves early to his home. But still, there is a there is a communication gap. The miscommunication, the gap between the DB and support team, also makes the database into risk. Even if it repeats, even if it reoccurs, no one cares in the higher level because higher level team is always busy again. They just give a warning, as per their policies, but still they never think that how can we avoid this risk. Happen, of course. Why it is repeating again? What can we make to repeat, not to repeat? So always proactively we need to take some measure for which kind of task, what kind of task, what baselines need to be set up for that. So for that we have, of course, backups and standby are common concepts. We need to think about a baseline which is a restore point. Always keep a restore point while before upgrade, either patching, either application upgrades, either bad jobs which you're going to have, or any configuration changes which are highly risk to the database if that impacts. Either feature upgrade, either you are removing some features which are not needed. Whatever change you do in the database, create a restore point so that with the flashback option, a feature from 19C, we can bring back to that particular point very faster than using your backups, either based on reset logs, log sequence number, SCN number, or your timestamp. So based on these three, we can bring back your database very faster with flashback enabling. Ensure your database is enabled with your flashback. You can verify, even it's not that a policy to be needed within the company for the project. It's your job as a DBA, which you need to protect. You can't say that the higher DBA is not provided such a policy for me. We don't have a policy. There is no documentation. No one is going to provide you documentation. I don't have a knowledge transfer. Don't blame those things. Don't put a ball on their in their court. You are also a DBA. You want to grow, then take him steps. It's not that just throwing the ball in their court. Of course, we need to throw a ball when it's going to fail, but when, if that task is not our job, if it is owned by someone else, throw to them very faster so that they can save themselves. Keeping with you and at the time of failure, throwing to them, it's not going to be good idea. But if you are the owner and it's your baby and you are going to be in risk, so never lag in these cases. Never keep into risk. Always protect your database. We'll see how to create a restore point as well as and enable your flashback log as well as. So enabling flashback, we can create a restore point. We'll see in the next lab session, so that hope everyone will follow the same steps and ensure that while upgrading or patching, not only to have a backup, please ensure a restore point to create. Keep remember well again. Of course, it's not written somewhere else, might be, but still it helps you a lot to bring back your database to your prior point in time. Right. Okay guys, we'll move on to lab session. We'll see. Thank you. So let's see how to come out of from this risk. Whether you are patching, either upgradations, either migrations you are going to perform, a batch job or bulk job, for that we'll create a restore point. Of course, we are going to have a backup, but still everyone knows to have a backup, but we also need to have a restore point so that we can go to the prior point in time using flashback. So now we'll enable flashback on as well as we'll create a restore point. To enable flashback on, we need to set the destination, the flashback destination, and as well as the size of the flashback destination. And it's good to always have a path slash FRA for a flashback area. This is called fast recovery area. So these logs, flashback logs, are stored in your FRA. To avoid contention, this performance, we need to always think about this performance as well as. So split the files in separate partition slash FRA. Most of the people, they store it in slash archives or some other slash aura data partition. It's not good. The disk performance degrades here. So have a separate slash FRA. If not available, you can check with your system engineer or storage engineer to create a mount point slash FRA in your Linux system. Or if it is Windows system, you can have a separate drive, E drive, F drive. You can rename it as well. And using parameter db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest underscore size as well as db underscore recovery underscore file underscore dest. These are the two parameters we are going to set. With these two parameters, the destination and the size are going to be configured for your fast recovery area. So let's see how we enable these two destinations, these two parameters, the destination and the size, and how to enable flashback. In the open state itself, we can enable the flashback as well. You can also verify before going to enable whether enabled or not from $V database. This will help you whether enabled or not, the flashback on. Let's verify now. It's not enabled. It's in read write mode. The database is from $V database. We verified the flashback on. Now set the destination of your flashback area using db recovery file destination parameter. If you have a flash FRA, you can have your FRA. If not, store it in your slash archive slash flash. Meanwhile, it's been set, as well as the size, the db recovery file destination size. Let's enable. This size is recommended as per the database size. The database size is 1 terabyte. Oracle recommends to manage your file destination size with 1 terabyte. But of course, we'll have a RMAN backup and we'll delete these logs sometimes as well as a routine job, daily task. But good to have whatever the database size is recommended, because better than your backups, the fast recovery area, the flashback will be very faster than your RMAN backup job to recover. If the flashback logs are there in the same location, it's good to flashback easily. For that, it's recommended to have the area, the size of your same as your database. Now enable flashback on. And verify is enabled or not from $V database. We just enabled it. You can see the flashback is on now. Once flashback is on, you can also verify only that particular column from $V database as well as the same. I added two more columns, but here only one column. Now let's go with creating your restore point. You can create your restore point. You can verify existing restore point from $V restore underscore point whether exist any other restore points. There are no restore points. Verify from $V restore underscore point. Now let's create your restore point. Create restore point. The command rp 0706, the date, guarantee, flashback, database, and with your semicolon. So let's create using the create restore point command. The output says the restore point created. Now verify from your $V restore underscore point. Yes, we can see with the name rp0706 got created. The restore point got created, so and so date and time. So this is the best method. Always ensure that we have a restore point. It doesn't take not more than 2 minutes to create a restore point. Add in your change management steps as well as in case your author has not been added, or suggest your author to add your restore point creation while we upgrade or do some changes in the database. It's very faster to go back using flashback. Never ignore, never neglect. It's not a company policy as well, might be, but apply the policy, suggest the company, suggest the team, so that it will, in what way it's going to help us. Make them understand that, so that it will help us to restore back again. Might be your files got corrupted, might be logical corruptions. Someone deleted. The table got dropped or database got corrupted. And no need to worry in case if you have standby, you have got failover, the primary got failover to standby, or you did a switchover. If you did a switchover, the flashback restore point will be automatically created in standby while switchover, because the standby becomes primary here. When the standby becomes primary, the restore points available in primary will be created while switchover in your new primary, which is your old standby. So those are saved, even restore points. Fine guys, we'll see even how to recover using flashback in other sessions. So don't forget to enable restore point. Please DBAs. We are recommended this. Okay guys, thank you all.